I see it all over the internet, these big flashy multi-million dollar portfolios. And I know y'all think you gotta have that in order to make a meaningful change or meaningful difference in your life. And I'm here to tell you that you don't have to do that. My portfolio is valued at like $85,000 and it's generating $1,000 a month in income or more, which I know what you think, that doesn't sound like a lot, but when you live a life like I live, of geographical arbitrage, live abroad in cheap places, I can live on $1,000 a month. So that already buys me freedom from a 9 to 5 without being a multi-millionaire. And today I'm going to take you into my portfolio and share with you all the positions that I actually own. And then I'll take you behind the scenes into the spreadsheet and share with you the overall performance and how these are playing out over the longer term. And I'll share with you my barbell strategy, which not just focuses on income, but also focuses on growing the portfolio at the same time. And I just want to say that my goal with this portfolio isn't to get rich overnight. Okay, it's just to slowly build more and more freedom as time goes on. And it's also designed to be a low stress, easy way to manage my investments. So now that you know that, let me dive into the Brokerage app and share with you guys all the positions that I own, and I'll do a quick rundown of them, and then I'll take you into the spreadsheet, okay? So let me record the screen on my phone here. 3, 2, 1, bam. Okay, and this is in Charles Schwab. I actually have several brokerage accounts, but this is the one that I want to focus on right now for you guys. So right now, this is 7 o'clock in the morning here in China. The market is closed, but the post market is open, so you might see some numbers flipping around because it's still open. Yesterday, Friday, the Dow was up 0.5%, the Nasdaq was about 1/4, and the S&P was over 1/4%, and it was right now anyway. My portfolio is $85,258 right now, and it was up almost 1% yesterday. And you can see I have $972 in actual cash that I can deploy into the market. So I'm gonna go down here to view all the positions, and I'll show this to you guys. So at the top here, you can see I've got XDTE. This is Round Hill's S&P 500 0 DTE cover call ETF. That basically means they just sell cover calls each and every single day on the S&P 500. I've got 1,175 shares of that. I'll show you how these perform and how these pay in a moment. The next one I have here on the list is SGOV. This is just a treasury bond. This pretty much stays $100 all the time. It just kind of like slowly creeps up during the month, little by little. And then at the end of the month, you know, they'll pay out a dividend. It's 4% annual yield. And then it comes back down to $100. So this is a safe place to keep money. It's say in the event of a market crash, the market was to drop 30% tomorrow or Monday, this money would not go anywhere. It would stay exactly the same. And I would have cash that I can use to buy the bottom of the stock market and catch all those juicy gains when it comes back up. So this is basically emergency cash for emergency market bad things that may happen. Okay, the next one I have is SPYI. This is NEO's S&P 500 high income ETF. Basically, they're also selling cover calls on the S&P 500, but they're selling out of the money cover calls weekly or monthly. So it's, even though still the S&P 500, like XDTE, that is diversified income because they're using a different strategy. And I have 142 shares of that. Then next, we have one of the other side of the portfolio, the barbell side I was talking about here. We have SCHX. This is Schwab's US large cap ETF. This is basically the S&P 500 plus the next few hundred stocks that are actually the top in the market, right? This is the top 750 stocks in the market. I've got 247 shares of this. If you stack this, or not stack this, but if you compare this to Vanguard's VOO, I'm sure you guys are probably familiar with that. It's almost the exact same performance as Vanguard's VOO, but the share price is cheaper, so you can accumulate more shares, and it does the exact same performance. So quick little tip for you guys there. This one does pay a dividend though. Everything in this portfolio pays me money, but the main goal of SCHX is to actually grow the portfolio and provide stability, not income. The next position I have is on the other side of the barbell, again, the income side. This is MAGY, M-A-G-Y. This is Magnificent 7 cover call ETFs. These again are like out of the money cover call ETFs on the Mag 7. So we have the two tech are the two S&P 500 covered call ETFs, and then we have Maggie, which is more focused on the tech side of things because the Mag 7 are all tech stocks. Okay, and then next, again, I have on the other side of the barbell, again, the growth side of the barbell, we've got SCHG. This is a brand new position for me because I wanted more aggressive growth. I decided to go with this, but SCHG is Schwab's US large cap growth ETF. This is basically like the NASDAQ. It pretty much follows the NASDAQ and does what the NASDAQ does, but it lags a little bit because it don't have all the names the NASDAQ has. It's trails the NASDAQ usually by about 0.5% or 0.75%. If you compare this with Vanguard's VUG, this performance and VUG's performance are almost exactly the same. But again, a fraction of the cost, so I can accumulate more shares faster. And I'm just buying this SCHG and SCHX on red days when the market's red. I buy a little bit here and there, throw a few bucks at it. And that's my strategy there for buying. And right now, I'm trying to put all the dividends I receive into SCHG and SCHX because I want more growth out of this portfolio. And it's been working very well so far. So you can see my account balance changed. It started to go down a little bit. It's in the post market. Right now, I'm going to show you guys a spreadsheet behind the scenes so you can see how these actually perform over a longer time frame, and you guys can see the amount of income that I'm receiving out of this small portfolio. So let me record the screen on my computer. It's much easier to see. Let's see. Let's record the whole screen for you guys. 3, 2, 1. Bam. Okay, so here's the spreadsheet where I track everything. I'll make it bigger for you guys who are visually impaired or you're on the phone or something. Okay, so again, if you look here on the left-hand side, the yellow boxes here, we'll put the blue box around it. These are the stocks that I just shared with you guys that's in my actual portfolio. Okay, so then you look in the middle column here. These are the number of shares that I have, which again, I just shared with you guys in my portfolio. And then here's my cost average, which, you know, my cost average doesn't matter to you. It matters what you bought it at, not what I bought it at. But this is just to show you how the long-term performance of these is kind of tracking. So over here, we've got other stuff, share price, day change, then 52-week lows and highs, whatever. We don't care about all that. We're going to look at the returns and the portfolio allocation, and then look at the income. So as far as the returns go, XDTE, it's down 1.91%, almost 2% on the market return. But we are up 23.43% on the total return. So 23% return, doing pretty well, and I'm getting income. So just minus 1-2%, no big deal. Maggie, on the other hand, is down 10.83%. This one, I got in this back when the start of the tech drop, and ever since tech has been beat up, and this got beat up with it. But we are finally break even on the total return. 0.26%. By the way, this makes up 4% of my portfolio. XDTE makes up 31% of my portfolio. You look down here, SPYI, we are up 1.43% on the market return. So just up slightly, but on the total return, we are up 6.08%. And that's 5% of my portfolio. Now you can see these are moves much slower than XDTE. Because XDTE's cover call strategy is more aggressive, and that's why the total returns are much higher, but the market return is slightly negative. But even if you get rid of this 2%, we'd still be up 21%. So I don't mind this 2% loss on the market return. As long as I'm getting this 20% return or more, I'm doing pretty well. Maggie, on the other hand, I don't know when this is going to turn around, but it's the Magnificent Seven, the 7 best stocks in the market. It should turn around eventually. But I don't know, man. I could eliminate this and put this money somewhere else, but I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I still haven't decided. But market's at all-time highs, and this isn't really doing nothing, so I might have to let this one go. SPYI, I showed that with you guys, 5%. SGov, market return is slightly positive, but this usually kind of goes flat and then it comes back up, goes flat and comes back up. Total return is up 1.39%. It does have a 4% annual yield, but it pays each and every month. 10% of my portfolio is this emergency cash here. SCHX market return is 8.43%, and the total return is 8.46. This does have a slight, small dividend, but not enough to make a big deal. This isn't like an income ETF. This is for growth, but it does pay a little bit. You can see this is 48% of the portfolio. Wow, I didn't know that. I'm just seeing this for the first time. SCHG, 4.37% market return and 4.37% total return. This also has a small dividend, but it hasn't paid me yet because this is a brand new position for me. But you can see this is less than 1% of the portfolio, but I'm planning to grow this to a larger percentage, at least 4 or 5%. Something about this doesn't seem right. 48%. I didn't know my position was, I don't think my position is that large in this, is it? Oh, that's what's wrong. See, I messed up on the numbers here. I have 247 shares, not 2477. I knew something didn't look right. Let me fix that for you guys. There we go. That's better. Now let's go look at this now, see what the portfolio percentage is. 843, 869, 8.56%. That's what I thought. It was more like, I was like, what's going on here? So yeah, only 8.5%. I knew something was off because I've never seen that before in my spreadsheet. So anyway, that changes things a little bit. XDTE, 54%. That's my income, right? We got 7% and 8%, so we have 54, we'll just call it 60, 70% of the portfolio is in income. We have 10% here in growth. And then we have almost 20% in my emergency cash. So there you go. In terms of the dividend log in our income, here we go. So you can see I held XDTE all through 2025. Maggie was a brand new position in December, and these other ones are brand new to this portfolio. I didn't own these in 2025. And if we look down here at 2026, we can see XDTE this month has paid me $701. Now the reason you see these different prices here, XDTE at the end of the year, they're like forced by law, they're required by law to pay out anything that they held back in terms of income they received. And at the end of the year, they pay all that out. So they paid that out at the end of the year, but I didn't get the payment until the 1st of January. So January has that big one-time per year payment. That's why XDTE's dividend for the month of January is so large. And then after that, they started holding back again to try to recover the NAV. So we have some smaller payments, but now they're getting back to their normal regular payments, and the income is going back up. So I forgot to mention, XDTE pays each and every single week on Friday. And so this one, I'm going to get one more payment on next Friday on the 29th. So this is going to be closer to $900 this month from XDTE. And then Maggie also pays each and every single week, and they usually pay on a Monday. So I will get paid from them one more time this month as well. So that's probably going to be around this $135 range in total for the month. SPYI pays once per month. That was $76.48. They just paid me on yesterday. SGov pays once per month. They paid me $44.82, as you can see there. Now SCHX and SCHG, they pay quarterly. So every 3 months they pay. Both of these will pay me here in June. So I still have to wait one more month before I get a payment, but it's not going to be anything to write home about. I see I got 1771 last time. Probably going to be slightly more than that because I have more shares. And SHG has never paid me before because I just bought it, but they will pay me here in June, but it'll be a very, very small amount of money. So anyway, if we go look at the total, all the way over here on the right side, you can see so far I've made $922 this month, but I'm still waiting for 2 more payments to come in. One's going to be about $35. So that's going to be over $950, $960. And the other one's going to be $180, $200. So it's going to put me closer to $1,100 in income this month from this small portfolio. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys and show you guys that you do not have to be a multimillionaire to generate enough income to change your life and to actually have some freedom. I live in China. I spend $1,200 a month. So this $1,000 that I'm going to make here is enough to fund my life. And on top of that, I have other things that I do. You know, like obviously I'm doing this YouTube video right now. I get paid for YouTube. I have other things that I do as well. In terms of business, I have, you know, a small business. Import fitness supplements here in China and sell it to Chinese people. I have books I've published, all kind of other sources of income. Actually, in total, I've got about 7 or 8 different sources of income. So this $1,000 a month is really, really life-changing. It can definitely do a lot for you. And you don't even need $85,000 to get started. You can start with $100 or $5 if you're strapped for cash. It's easy to get started, but that's the thing, is actually getting started and not procrastinating and saying, I don't have enough money, or you know, I can't afford to do it, or whatever, or you know, it's too late for me, I'm already old, or some stupid stuff like that. It's never too late. You're not too old. And if you got $5, you got enough money to get started. And you just got to be consistent with it and keep at it. It's really that simple. So anyway, thought I would share that with you guys. Thank you guys for spending some time with me today. Appreciate it. And like and subscribe and all that good stuff. And soon I'll share with you guys my retirement portfolio, probably in a couple of days. And then I'll share with you guys a few days after that my brand new growth portfolio that I just started, to show you guys how I invest for growth. So stay tuned for all those videos coming very soon. And thank you guys. I'll see you guys next time, man. Y'all take care.